Near record-breaking blizzard in Philadelphia. We'll have the details on how the storm affected Temple.
Fast and Furious, Temple's Formula One racing team will tell us about their booth in the Philly Auto Show.
And Temple basketball weren't the only Owls on the court this week. We'll give you the highlights from Temple's court storming win. This is a live look at Temple's campus. The snow is melting away just days after Winter Storm Jonas hit the East Coast. Hello, you're watching Temple Update. I'm Alexis Johnson.
And I'm Kelly Antonacci. Winter Storm Jonas has come and gone, but Philadelphia is still feeling its effects. The impact of the storm was felt from Arkansas to Massachusetts, but some of the worst damage was done to coastal areas of New Jersey, where flooding reached 2 feet in some parts of Cape May County. It dropped record snow totals in New York City, Washington, D.C., and Baltimore. And look at this picture from NASA. You can see the storm on the right, and on the left is all that record-setting snowfall. Jonas is officially the 4th largest snowstorm in Philadelphia history. We're joined now by Phil DuPont, who's at Temple Facilities Management.
Phil, what can you tell us about Temple's response to the storm?
Kelly, you know, Temple definitely had their hands full with this gigantic snowstorm. Temple had to close campus on Saturday the whole day into Sunday morning. They pretty much shut it down all day Sunday because it was just such a mess down here. Not only that, but the To Your Door service and the Owl Loop services were suspended until Wednesday night. So it just caused a mess, a lot of a disturbance around campus. But the university officials that I was able to talk to told me that they had the staff and the resources to take care of the cleanup.
All week long, ever since Winter Storm Jonas dropped over 24 inches of snow on the city. And while many students hunkered down or headed home to beat the blizzard, over 70 Temple Facilities employees stuck around to clean up the mess.
They're deemed what are called essential employees. They're basically required to be here to help with the snow removal as long as they're physically capable.
Third-party contractors brought backhoes and construction vehicles to help manage the more heavy-duty cleanup efforts.
We kind of gauge of when is the right time to bring them in. We don't really need them to do sidewalks and that type of thing. We need to get rid of the piles of snow.
But with snow removal comes slick walkways, and the salt needed to keep them safe isn't necessarily cheap.
We had over 1,000 pounds of rock salt was used for this event alone.
But for now, the piles are shrinking, the roads are clearing, and the melting is underway.
I think, as long as we don't have another large storm like this, I think we'll be pretty good with our budget for the year, but, who knows?
And I should tell you that Temple University does not yet have an exact dollar figure as to how expensive this whole thing was. And I also was able to talk to TUPD, and they said that it was all hands on deck all weekend long. They had officers sleeping in cots around the corner at TUPD headquarters right around the Montgomery garage here, and that there was no vehicle damage of any kind, no serious injuries to any officers. There was an officer who did get hit with some fallen snow, but again, no serious injuries there. Nothing terrible happened as far as TUPD was concerned. Reporting live for Temple Update on Warnock Street, I'm Phil DuPont. Alexis?
The blizzard gave Temple Gymnastics a national spotlight. On their way to a meet at Pitt, the team's bus got stranded on the turnpike. The bus held 18 coaches and team members. ESPN featured the story live and on their website.
After, I would say, a couple of hours, it was like, wow, this might be a problem. And then, a couple of hours turned into a couple of more hours. And the next thing we knew, we were there overnight and then the next day.
It took more than 20 hours before the team got through the backup. And in national news, here's what's happening around the world and across the country. Iranian President Hassan Rouhani and Pope Francis met at the Vatican Tuesday morning. The two engaged gifts in the pontiff's first meeting with an Iranian head of state since 1999. The visit is part of Rouhani's 4-day tour of Europe to try to repair economic relations and strengthen infrastructure. This comes after Western sanctions were lifted earlier this month.
President Obama has announced plans to ban solitary confinement for juveniles, low-level offenders, and the mentally ill. The reform affects nearly 10,000 federal inmates. The president stated that solitary confinement should be a last resort because it diminishes the possibility of rehabilitation. Jimmy Fallon says he'll donate $10,000 to the community of Flint, Michigan in the wake of their ongoing water crisis. The donation comes after Walmart and other corporations donated over 6 million bottles of water to students. The city is officially in a state of emergency as toxic amounts of lead has contaminated the water supply.
Temple University recently announced a new partnership with the Confucius Institute. The institute focuses on language instruction and will help Temple to build its Chinese language program. Temple does not currently offer a Chinese major, but this partnership is a step towards a future program. And we have breaking news today on Temple's campus. Police are investigating the death of a man found in a car on the west side of campus.
Our Aaron Patterson is live outside of Pearson McGonigal Hall to tell us more about the incident. Aaron?
Hey guys, I'm here on Broad and Montgomery where the body was found. Stephen Cedric, 58 years old, was a Temple employee for the past 31 years. Police responded this morning to a call that a man was unconscious at around 7:45. The body was found in a gray Ford Explorer. Police say the man was found here between the Leah Center and Pearson McGonigal. The man was unresponsive, so police broke the window, according to the director of campus safety, Charles Leone. Foreplay is not suspected, according to the TUPD. Here's a look at the scene when police arrive. Eyewitness Katie Greed describes. Let's take a look.
I was across the street, across on Broad, and I heard a woman behind me, and she said, "I can't believe they got him out." I didn't really know what she meant, and then I saw a bunch of cop cars next to Leah Chorus.
Medical examiner has not yet announced the cause of death. For more on this story, keep following TempleUpdate.com and on Twitter. Reporting live from Montgomery and Broad for Temple Update, I'm Aaron Patterson.
Thanks, Aaron. Temple's student-run radio station WHIP is facing some problems earlier this semester. Sources say their audio board is broken after a spilled beverage burnt it out. The station's general manager says WHIP should be back on their regular schedule by late February to early March. In the meantime, students are tuning into WHIP will be able to hear music, but will not be able to hear the voices of student talent.
Now, here's a place where students' voices will be heard. Student government announced it will be holding an open forum for students to ask questions and voice their concerns about Temple's proposed football stadium. This is the first time students will be able to take part in the conversation. TSG President Ryan Ronaldi said he's excited about the forum.
It's a little bit above my pay grade, but I think this is in and of itself is an opportunity for students to really have the opportunity to ask those hard questions and to get real answers from people who are making these really tough decisions.
The Q&A will take place on Monday, February 1st in the Student Center. For more information on the upcoming forum and all the latest stadium updates, check out TempleUpdate.com.
Coming up on Temple Update, Temple has a need for speed. Where to find the cherry and white at the Philly Auto Show.
And the Owls had a court-storming victory against a top 10 team. Vince Coll will be at the sports desk with the highlights.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
This is the moment I knew. His future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
This is the moment I knew. His future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Welcome back. The Philly Auto Show will open this weekend, and Temple will have their own booth at the convention.
Our Daniel Ray has the story.
For most Temple students, this isn't their normal extracurricular activity. However, for Temple's own Formula One racing team, this is the fun part.
We design from scratch and manufacture a single-seat race car each year.
Located on the first floor of the engineering building on 12th and Norris, their finished product sits on display.
This was a year-long project. Everything on the car was designed by students, built by students, and tested by students.
The team enters their automobiles in competitions across the country. For them, it's a culmination of academics and inspiration.
You really see your work come to life.
We take what we apply or learn in class, and we're able to expand upon that and kind of learn on our own how to take the theory and make it a hands-on learning experience.
End all be all, we're all car people. So whenever you can find somebody that shares in that passion, we all tend to get along.
The team's hard work and countless all-nighters have paid off. For the second straight year, their model will be featured at the historic Philadelphia Auto Show.
It's going to be really exciting. I mean, being able to talk to people about Temple University and about what we're doing here.
It's just great to see our cars sitting next to big manufacturers from around the world.
Now, the auto show is this weekend at the Convention Center in Center City. If you stop by and find their booth, you'll see what a year's worth of work looks like. Reporting for Temple Update, I'm Daniel Ray.
Thanks, Dan. The men's basketball team's roller coaster season continued this week.
Vince Coll is at the sports desk with the latest on the Owls. Vince?
Hello, Owl fans, and welcome to the sports desk. I'm Vince Coll. Not even a blizzard could cool down Temple basketball this weekend, but first, Temple traveled down to ECU Wednesday night for some American action. ECU should have been a cakewalk about knocking off the top of the conference, but that was not the case. Sophomore Obi Emechionia led the Owls in scoring for just the second time this season, and he was feeling it early on. He ended the game with 18 points and 5 rebounds. The game was tied in the closing seconds. ECU's Kendall Barkley emerged from the scrum with the ball, laid it up, and Temple's roller coaster of a season continued. Temple took down 8th-ranked, undefeated SMU on Sunday, 89-80. Early on, it was freshman Lowe. They turned out 89-80. Early on, it was freshman Lowe turning defense, Trey Lowe turning defense into offense and slamming home 2 of his 8 points. The storyline, however, was senior Devin Coleman. The AAC Player of the Week hit all 8 shots from the field, including 7 threes. Yeah, you heard that right, 7. He had a career-high 23 points and helped Temple knock off their 3rd-ranked team of the season and their first time at home, so the fans were loving it. Storming the court has become an annual occurrence here at Temple. Fran Dunphy's team has taken down a top 10 opponent in 7 of the last 8 seasons. Bree Hofsass has a story.
It's not a team we're playing tonight, we're playing a program. You know, Temple's always had a program with John and now with Dumph. I mean, you're playing a tradition here.
Storming the court seems to be a new Temple tradition alongside upsetting top 10 teams.
For the 6th time in the last 7 years, Temple has taken down a top 10 team.
After defeating SMU 89-80, this is the 7th time in the past 8 seasons that Temple has defeated a top 10 ranked opponent. This is the first time since the 1999-2000 season that Temple has defeated 3 top 25 teams. In the 1999-2000 season, the Owls upset a number 24 Gonzaga, 23 Maryland, and a number 1 undefeated Cincinnati. Although Temple has suffered hard losses this season, they have seen great success. From beating a number 23 UConn.
6 seconds. Brown spins at the free throw line. Shot is good! Josh Brown connects. 2 seconds to go. Gibbs from midcourt. It won't go! And Temple steals one on the road.
And a number 22 Cincinnati.
Up the big win in Cincinnati.
And upsetting the only undefeated team remaining in the country.
My goodness! 5 for 5.
Among all the great traditions for the Owls, the importance of being a team will always be one of them.
Temple is the one.
Reporting for Temple Update, I'm Bree Hofsass.
3 Temple players got the nod to play in the Reese Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama this Saturday. Tyler Matakevich, Matt Ioannidis, and Tavon Young will try to impress NFL scouts amongst the top seniors in college football. The game will be televised on NFL Network at 2:30 p.m., so make sure you tune in. Women's basketball put a beat down on Tulane the other night, beating the Green Wave 72-52. For stories, scores, and more, follow us on Twitter at @TU_SportsDesk. Kelly and Alexis, back to you.
Thanks, Vince. Still to come on Temple Update, the first look at the future, a sneak peek at Temple's new library.
The snow is melting and temperatures are rising. Hannah McComsey is at the Weather Center with your weekend warm-up. Temple Update will be right back.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
This is the moment I knew. His future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
This is the moment I knew. His future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
2 feet of snow this weekend, and it's already melting. I can't believe it.
You know what, Kelly? I'm not complaining because all that snow was just a mess everywhere. We can finally drive on the streets clear, and I'm glad it's melting.
Yeah, well, Hannah McComsey's in the Weather Center. Hannah, what is up with this weather?
That's right, guys. The snow is absolutely melting. As you can see, this picture here of the Pocket Park on the corner of Broad and Norris, a lot of the snow is already disappearing. The weather right now is very comfortable, 41 degrees. Despite the cooler temperatures, around 27 degrees earlier this morning, temperatures have certainly warmed up considerably, with highs reaching around 40 degrees at 2 o'clock. It looks like let's take a look at Frank the frat boy. It looks like he's prepared for today's weather. He's wearing his winter jacket and boots, which he'll need for the lower evening temperatures and remaining snow on the ground from Winter Storm Jonas. Let's take a look at our 5-day forecast. Today we have highs in the lower 40s with sunny skies. Friday is going to be warmer than temperatures that we've experienced lately, with a high of 39 and partly cloudy skies. Expect these warmer temperatures as we head into the weekend. Saturday will be mostly sunny with highs in the lower 40s that will continue into Sunday, wrapping up the weekend. After what's expected to be a beautiful weekend, you might want to consider bringing an umbrella to class on Monday, as we can expect possible afternoon showers with highs in the upper 40s. As always, don't forget to follow us on Twitter at TU Weather Watch for more updates. Back to you.
Thanks, Hannah. If you haven't seen them yet, check out these new pictures of Temple's future library. The building is being designed by Norwegian architecture firm Snøhetta. The library is projected to be completed in 2018. This new library is part of the Verdant Temple. The plan also includes a new quad the size of one city block in the center of campus.
A dog bathroom break turns into her big break. Ludivine, the bloodhound, turned up at the starting line of the Elkmont Half Marathon in Alabama. The dog jogged side by side with runners for the entire race. Competing without a human or leash, she still finished in 7th place. Ludivine was presented with a finisher's medal for her accomplishment. She then went home and took a long nap.
The blizzard of 2016 caused headaches up and down the East Coast, but some New Yorkers tried to cash in on the storm. A group of friends advertised a boutique winter igloo for 2 on Airbnb. The Snow Lover's Delight would have cost $200 for a night in Brooklyn, but the ad was taken down by the company for not meeting Airbnb standards. That's all for Temple Update. For the latest news, log on to our website, templeupdate.com. For Alexis Johnson and the rest of the Update team, I'm Kelly Antonacci.
We'll see you next time.